The United States is showing its full strength in the Pacific, and it's got China, Russia, and North Korea worried. Missiles are flying, big bombers are in the air, and quiet submarines are moving deeper into the ocean. Aircraft carriers are pushing forward with confidence. The power balance has flipped, with American weapons leading the way. Every missile, bomber, and warship is quieting China, Russia, and North Korea a bit more. So, how did the US take control in the Pacific and make these countries panic? It started with clear, smart moves that showed real gear, real people, and real determination. A single SM6 missile fired off Australia, B-52s landing in Guam, and Virginia-class submarines slipping underwater changed everything. The old Pacific order is gone. Let's look at what the US did in Australia first and see how the balance shifted. For the first time outside its own land, the US military fired an SM6 missile from a Typhon system at a sea target in an allied country. The SM6 hit its mark in seconds. But the real impact was more than just a hit, it sent a message. This wasn't just a test, it was a warning that echoed from China's coast to Russia's Pacific ships and North Korea's hidden bases. Typhon is a modern truck-based launcher with multiple missiles, easy movement, and satellite targeting. It can carry 4 Tomahawk missiles or 2 SM6s. The US calls it a mid-range capability, but it's known as Typhon in budgets. The SM6, used on Navy ships, has a dual radar system and can hit targets up to 460 kilometers away, flying at Mach 3.5 with strong turns to stop hypersonic weapons like China's DF-17 or Russia's Iskander. Australia picked Typhon and set up a test area near Darwin Harbour. In early summer 2025, they tested it without a live warhead. An Australian Coast Guard helicopter tracked the missile's path, sending radar data 320 kilometers away. Officials avoid saying preemptive strike, but plans show Tomahawks could knock out enemy radars and open sea routes safely. With a 1,600 kilometers range, Tomahawks from Australia can reach China's southern bases, Russia's eastern waters, and North Korea's missile sites. This turns Typhon into a defense and attack tool with flexible targeting. Testing it near China shifts the US from defense to a bold deterrent, a sign of what could happen if pushed. The Pentagon's message wasn't just about power, it showed how tightly allies can work together. Australia's support proved both gear and political will. For China, it felt like a chess move, raising doubts about Taiwan. Typhon challenges not just China but any nation trying to control the Indo-Pacific. But that's not all. The US is also keeping bombers ready in the Pacific. Guam, a small island with big runways, is now a key spot. In July 2025, the US sent B-52s and B-2 Spirits there. This isn't about Iran, it's aimed at China, Russia, and North Korea, who've been teaming up against the US. B-52s, with a 14,000 kilometers range and 32-ton bomb load, bring heavy pressure. Though old, their 2020s upgrades include new radar and missiles like the AGM-158B JASSM, with 6 under each wing and 7 inside, 19 per flight. 6 B-52s in Guam can hit all of China's East Sea radar at once. The B-2, invisible to radar until 60-70 kilometers away, can strike first with bunker-busting bombs, wearing down enemy defenses and costing them money and focus. This Guam move tells China, Russia, and North Korea their airspace isn't safe. It warns of quick strikes, pressuring China over Taiwan, Russia in the east, and North Korea with uncertainty. It's not just a base, it's a new attack and defense hub, cutting flight times to minutes. Then there's the submarines. Virginia-class subs like the USS Toledo are silent but deadly. The Navy sent them to the Western Pacific, a move that shook military circles. These nuclear-powered subs run 25 years without refueling and carry 40% more Tomahawk missiles than older models, over 40 per sub. From Guam to Hawaii, subs like USS New Hampshire and USS Missouri can hit China's Hainan bases or North Korea's nuclear sites. With quick launch commands from Guam, they can respond in minutes, outpacing enemy moves. As China claims the South China Sea, Russia rebuilds its fleet, and North Korea tests sub-missiles. These subs keep enemies guessing, forcing them to spend more in deterring war. China responded in mid-July 2025 with carriers Shandong and Fujian in the Western Pacific, plus new radars on South China Sea islands. Russia fortified Vladivostok with missile systems, while North Korea tested ballistic missiles, one over Japan. Though not allied, their moves synced against the US. The Indo-Pacific is now a battleground of military and mind games, where strategy matters more than weapons. The US's 2025 Pacific moves, SM6 from Typhon, bombers in Guam, and subs, reshaped security since the Cold War. It's not just about force size but mobility and tech with allies like Australia, Japan, and South Korea joining in. For China, Taiwan and its mainland are at risk. Russia's east is vulnerable, and North Korea faces sudden strikes. This dynamic pressure could delay conflict or spark one. The Pacific is now the 21st century's geopolitical heartbeat. What do you think? Comment below. Thanks for watching.